Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So, last time we are in the arūpajhānā. We are in the arūpajhānā. Agasanajayana jhana. We just begin. So, Dhammasaṅgaṇīpāḷi, page number 68. Abhidhamma. There we already mentioned. The Buddha said, for the attainment of arūpa, agasanajayana jhana, there are three things to do. Number one is rūpa saññānaṁ samadhikkama, paṭika saññānaṁ atthangama, and then nānata saññānaṁ amanasikara. These three things are very important things. So regarding this, I have prepared something for you. Last time also we discussed from the commentary. Commentary page number where?
245.
Yeah, 245. Thank you. 245. So there we last time we go up to the what? Samadhikkama, right? Rūpa saññānaṁ samadhikkama. So there we need to review again. What is the rūpa saññā? Okay. What is the rūpa saññā? So according to the commentary, rūpa saññā is here giving explained analyzed in two ways. So you see, rūpe saññā, rūpa saññā in the paragraph number 265, the fourth line. Okay. Rūpa saññānaṁ di saññā sisena. So saññā sisa means head. Sisa means head. Saññā, keeping saññā as a head. Okay, keeping saññā as a head. Buddha arūpāvacarakusalaṃ jiva. Okay, which has been said, arūpāvacarakusalaṃ. Okay, rūpa saññā means arūpāvacarakusalaṃ, jiva and ja. Okay, arūpāvacarakusalaṃ and dadaramana. Dadaramana nanja. Dadaramana does not mean the dadaramana we have studied before. Maybe in the dadaram Abhidhamma Piṭaka you have studied dadaramana. There are 11 kinds of dadaramana, right? 8 Mahavibhaka and 3 Sandhirana, they are called dadaramana. But not that dadaramana here. Dadaramana means tan aramana or dasa aramana. Okay, dasa aramana. Dasa aramana. It means their object. Okay, their object. So both arūpāvacarakusalaṃ and dadaramana are to be taken as a rūpa saññā. Okay, rūpa saññā. So then commentator, so his say alone is not reliable. That's why he want to provide vibhanga, quotation from the vibhanga, Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ bihi rūpandi hojati. Rupi rupani pasati di adisu. Okay. So in the Dhammasaṅgaṇīpāḷi, there is a rupi rupani pasati. So there, rupi here means the person who has attained Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ. Rupani means what? Kasina objects. Okay. Pasati means sees. So in that context, Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ is used as a rupa. Okay. So also here, rupa, when you hear in this context, rupa sanyana means Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ. And then tassa aramanampi, okay, is object also. Maheda rupani pasati subhana dobhanani ti adisu. So in this quotation from the Dhammasaṅgaṇīpāḷi as well as from the Dīghā Nikāya Pāli, they have Maheda rupani pasati. So in that case, rupani means is objects. Okay, subhana dobhanani, the object of Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ. So that tasama means therefore ida rupe sanya tasama therefore ida herein in this context rupe sanya rupa sanya. Okay, rupa sanya first vikaha is made by the commentator rupe sanya rupa sanya. Okay, it is what Sattami Tapurisa Samasa. Okay, that Sattami Tapurisa located Tapurisa compound. So the sanya that happens with the Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ or in the Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ. So that is called rupa. Here in the note it is giving rupe sanya rupa sanya. It refers to Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ. Okay, and then evam sanya si se na vauta Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ se adivacana. Adivacana means what? It is a name. Adivacana and nama the same. Okay. Sometimes they want to pick up the Dhamma, the reality, then they usually say it is what? Adivacana. So that kind of usage is available in the Pali text also. So Sudanda cases also. So when the Buddha encouraged his disciple monks to have a kusala, Mahabhayeta, okay. Punyam Bhikkhave Mahabhayeta, monks, don't be afraid of the punya. Monks, don't be afraid of the punya. Kusala sedan divajana. Okay. And so that in that context, kusala sedan divajana. That punya means that punya is what? Kusala. That punya is nothing but the kusala. So kusala jeda. So one fly come to my room and they come and disturb. So rupas. So here also that is adivacana, the usage of adivacana. Okay, Buddha Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ setam adivacanam. Okay, so kusala setam adivacanam. So like that they have. It is a very common usage. So here means rupa sanya. In the Pali word rupa sanya, rupa is the name of the Arūpāvacarakusalaṃ. Okay. And then another commentator explain another vigaha, give another vigaha. That is what? Rupam sanya asa di rupa sanya. Okay. Rupan Sanya Asa di Rupa Sanya. So Asa, it is a Bohobi Samasa. Here is a giving. Asa. Rupan Sanya Asa di Asa Ati di. Okay, Ati di, I put it. Actually, Asa di. Okay, Rupan Sanya Asa di Rupa Sanya. So Asa means to that. Pasim. So Rupan Sanya. There is the Rupa Sanya. So that's why it is a go Rupa Sanya. So Rupan Sanya Asa di Rupa Sanya. It refers to the Pasim. So the whole context is referred to the Pasim. But the here in this Vaigaha, Rupa, Rupa refer to what? Object. So the object named Rupa. Okay, there is in the object named Rupa. That's why it is a called Rupa Sanya. Okay, then Rupa Masa Namandi Hoda Hodi. This one is we have to take note. Rupa Asa Namandi. So it is a name. So don't take Sanya Jitasika. Okay, don't take a Sanya Jitasika. So when you see the word Sanya, don't take it Sanya Jitasika, but the name, it is just a name. Name of the what? Name of the material object. Okay. So Voda Hodi, Rupa Asa Nama, the Voda Hodi. Sanya is replaced by the what? Nama. So A1, Batavikasina di Vedasa, Dadara Manasa, Dadara Manasa, Jedan Adiwajana. Here also Adiwajana. So here in this context, Rupa Sanya means what? Is an object. The object of arūpajhānāni here. It may be earth object or air or water or fire element, and also kalakasinas, one of the kalakasinas. So in brief, we can understand that Rupa Sanya here refers to what? Arūpajhānāni is object. Called Rupa Sanya. So Samadhigama, let's go to Samadhigama. Samadhigama di Viraga Nirodhaja. Viraga detachment. Okay. We have to we should not have an attachment. So as a practitioner who is making effort to attain Akasana Jayarana Jhana, so if he has to prepare to feel disgusted, okay, to be disgusted or to be detached to the Rupa object, okay, whatever Rupa object. So Viraga means detachment. So when the vow, today I read the vow Sayadaw's explanation about the Akasana Arūpajhānāni attainment. It is a very good to read Sayadaw's book. What? Nibbāntu Dvaya, the Jaundi the land. This book, I know you may have it. Nibbāntu Dvaya, the Jaundi. Only one way leading to the Nibbāna. So that book, in that book, they are mentioned the way how to practice for the attainment of the Akasana Jhana or Arūpajhānāni also. So they are Viraga people. So when we are going to practice for the Akasana Jhana, firstly we have to prepare. So the preparation starts with the detachment. So we need to find the fault, the danger, the weak point of the Rupa Sanya. Okay, so that is very important. Without seeing any danger or any fault of the Rupa Sanya, we cannot feel detached. And then we will not be able to overcome Rupa Sanya. Then as a result, we will not be able to attain, we will not attain. Nirodha, Nirodha, cessation. Okay. So Samadhigama is explained. Overcome by how to overcome? Through the detachment. Okay. Through the detachment, through the cessation. So Sayadaw Ujjanaka Mahakandayam Sayadaw explained. So wait a moment. Vidagaja, Vidagaja, Nirodhaja, Vidaga. So seeing the danger or the fault of the fault of the materiality, material perception. So that is so disgusting the Rupa Sanya, and also that they go Vidaga. And then Nirodha means what? So if we see the danger, then we are able to keep ourselves away from the lustful desire. So we can abandon desires or lustful desire or attachment. We can simply say attachment. Attachment to the rupa. Okay, attachment to the rupa. So removal of the attachment to the rupa is called nirodha. So viraga and nirodha is like that. So Sayadaw explained. Samadhigama means you see the danger, you see the fault of the rupa sanya, then you can overcome. And also nirodha means because of seeing the danger, then you try to remove attachment to the rupa. So in this way we can overcome samad rupa sanya. Okay, Wodan Hodi here. What is mean by the samadhigama? Edasan kusala vibhaga kiriya vasena panja dasanan jana sankatana rupa sanyana. Okay. So here, so rupa sanya here refers to what? So rupa sanyana samadhigama means to overcome arūpāvacarakusalaṃ is object. So on the object, so the perception is established based on the rupa. Actually, even though we say it is a rupa all the time, but the basically, if we see, for example, kala kasina, but order kasina, white kala kasina. So maybe sometimes you prepare white color material. So there is a rupa. Okay, there is a rupa. Real rupa is there. Or sometimes you look at the skull or the skull bone, skull, and then you see the what odada kasina. You take odada skull as an object, and also odada as an object, white as an object. So while you are looking at, then that is a real object, a real rupa. But after that, you have an ogahani meta, and then patibhaga nimeta, counter image. Okay, counter image is there, but patibhaga nimeta. So in that case, that appear only in your mind, in our mind. Okay, not the real rupa, but it is derived from the real rupa. Okay, that's why here, even though it is a not real rupa, so the name rupa is metaphorically uh, uh, continue to use as a rupa. So on the rupa, we establish a kind of a perception. Maybe that is a white or blue or batawi, abodeja, wire, and so on. So that is a rupa sanya. So here, edasan kusala vibhaga kiriya vasena panja dasanan jhana sankadana rupa sanyanam. So 15 rupavajara jeta. Okay. So 15 rupavajara jeta are called rupa sanya. So maybe 5 kusala, 5 vibhaga, 5 kiriya jeta, they are called rupa sanya. And also it is sanja patavi kasinadi vasena athana aramana sankadana rupa sanyana. So their object, ekasina, 4 Mahabuddha, and then 4 Galakasina. Sabhagarena mi anavasesana viragaja nirodhaja. Viraga hedu jeva nirodha hedu ja. Okay, that point. So sabhaso is previously also explained. Sabhaso sabhagarena anavasesana. So last time we explained that Sabha is of 2 kinds. One is Avasesa Sabha with the remaining. Anavasesa Sabha means or without remaining. Okay, without remaining or inclusive. Here, the Buddha wants to say it all inclusive. Sabhagarena Anavasesana here. All inclusive here means in the Muladika also explained. So materiality is also included there. So counter image of the materiality, suppose if we take Batavi as an object previously, so their earth element is a materiality, counter image of the materiality. So Padivāganimeda or the Batavi Kasina, then Abhiñāna. So after the attainment of the Rūpajhānā, fifth Rūpavacarakusalaṃ, then we try to make it a special, to attain a special knowledge. That's also Vijnana. And then jhanas, that is this object. Okay? Rupavacara jhanas, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And then Abhiñāna. So that Abhiñāna and jhana, that is this object. As well as delights or attachment in these jhanic attainments. So Nikandi. So if we attain something, if we get something, we supposed to what find delight in that things. So that's called nikandi. So delight in these jhana attainments and also practice of the mastery on these jhanas. So five wasi bhava we already discussed. They are also, all of them are included there. Sabhaso sabhakarina. So Samadhigama, Viraga, so we should not find any delight in these rupa object or rupa jhana, and even vijnana or jhanas. So viragaja nirodhaja. Then it is again commentator purposely used. Viraga heduja, jewa, nirodha heduja. So there you can pay attention. The word viragaja, and viragaja is explained again with the viraga hedu. Okay, Viraga Hetu. So here in this context, what the commentator want to explain is that so the word the Viraga is ends with the ablated case ending. Okay, ablated case ending, Panchami Vipati. So also Nirodhaja, it is ablated case ending. So that ablated case ending has a many meaning, but here we should not take any other meaning, but rather we have to take what? Hedu, okay, Hedutha. So Panchami Vipati is added in the sense of a Hedu. So that's why commentator provided Viraga Hedu Jewa, Nirodha Hedu Ja. Okay. Agasananja Yadanam Upasambaja Viharati. So Agasananja Yadana Jhana is the cause. Okay, the cause. That can remove detachment, that can remove attachment to the rupa sanya. So rupa sanya refers to rupa, either rupa jhana or rupa object or abhiñana or jhana or mastery or whatever. So whatever related to the jhana, arūpavacarakusalaṃ jhana. So nahi saka sabaso anatikanda rupa sanyena.
Hi, Sayadaw.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I have a question about that. So, in the Pali, it says viraga ja nirodha ja viraga hetu je wa nirodha hetu ja. So, how do we know that the next two viraga hetu je wa and nirodha hetu ja is the explanation of the previous two? So, because here there are four jars. So, I mean, at the first time, I mean, when we read this, it looks like four of them are separately, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we know that? So,
mm-hmm.
maybe because of the word ewa, so,
Jiwa.
yes, so ja ewa. So that means it has to be understood in that only way.
Viraga ja nirodha. So but here, how can we recognize? Yeah, that's a good question. To when we read like this, viraga ja nirodha ja, viraga hetu ja. So simply we may think four things are there, right? So, but the reason why, how can we take and how can we divide? So there should be the way, right? There should be the way how to understand. These are four or only just two.
Right, so, yeah.
Yeah. Sabhakarina Viraga. What is that? So in the Visuddhimagga, that is not directly related to that question. So here commented Sayadaw U Candamukha explained that in the Visuddhimagga Mahadika, so the connection is given. Sabhagarena Viraka, Anavasesana Nirodha. So how the word to connect Sabhagarena Viraka. Okay. And then Anavasesana Nirodha also that meaning in the Visuddhimagga Mahadika. So trying to understand, show the way to connect the words. Sabhagarina, so in all manner, Viragas, detachment. And then Anavasesana Nirodha, without any remaining Nirodhas, so cessation or the attachment to do the rupa. So that is also one Visuddhimagga Mahadika explained. So, but Sayadaw didn't say why or the way why we need to take for why we need to take it too, or why we need to take Viraga Hetu and Nirodha Hetu as an explanation for the Panchami Vibhati, but he just explained that Viraga, because if we say Vira, see the Vira, the word Viraga, so we may confuse how to translate. Viraga is answered with the R, so nominative or what case indeed. So there one thing is sama vibhati is a change into R, so viraga, and also sama vibhati change into R, nirodha. But still, since the Panchami vibhati has a many meaning, okay, many different meaning, still we may confuse. So that's why viraga hetu and then nirodha hetu, like that edit. So Sayadaw explained like this only. Now he don't mention the way how to understand, how can we recognize. So the as a old formula, as an old formula. So when we see such a repetition, okay, such a repetition of the word, for example, viraga, and nirodha, it follows. So following what are said to be savanidabha for the savanana for the previous word. Okay, following was savanidabha explanations to the previous words. For example, viraga is a previous preceding words, and the viraga hetu is a following words. Following word. So in that case, we can understand that viraga hetu is a savanana, viraga is a savanidabha. And then nirodha hetu is a savanana explanation. Nirodha is savanidabha, the word to be explained. So that is all method.
Okay, thank you, Sayadaw.
Yeah. So that is samadhikama, right? Samadhikama, savagari-na samadhikama. So another word, rupa sanya. In the following paragraphs, they have mentioned what? Tata yasamadhamani, I will not read, so I will explain other. So because the Buddha said the rupa sanya, actually not the sanya is to be overcome, but the aramana is to be overcome. Okay, so why rupa sanya to be overcome or rupa aramana to be overcome? The commentator explain. To overcome perception is to overcome object. Okay, so without overcoming object, we cannot overcome perception. So without overcoming perception, also we cannot overcome object. So that's why. So you want to say, is it the same thing? So another explanation is that unlike the attainment of a higher arūpajhānā, which takes the same object with the lower, the same object with the lower jhana. Okay, jhanas are like that. For example, if you take a Bhattavi Kasina as an object, and then you take the Rupajhana, first Rupavacara jhana. So even if you want to continue to for the attainment of a second jhana, you don't need to overcome, you don't need to give up the jhana, the object, but rather you have to give up a jhana fetters. Okay, so but the significant difference in the arūpajhāna is like that. To attain the arūpajhāna, we have to abandon. Okay, we have to overcome the previous object. the object of the previous jhana. So that's why here it is what aramana, but the usage is what sanya. Sanya is a use. So here the attainment of arūpajhānā is possible only through overcoming the object of previous jhana. So that is explained in the commentator. So last week also. That's why here aramana samadikaman awadawa. So without saying as aramana samadikaman. So just it, the Buddha just said what rupa sanyana samadikaman. So rupa sanya here happen to the three kinds of person. Okay. First person is what arūpavacarakusalaṃ samapannasa, who has attained the arūpavacarakusala jhana. And then he enter into arūpavacarakusala jhana. For that person also there is a rupa sanya is there. And then upabanasa, one who born in the arūpavacarakusala plane, rupa existence, material existence. So for them also there is a rupa sanya. And then for the Rita Dhammasukha Viharesa, for the Arahanta who enter into the what? Nirodha Samapatti. So for the happiness in this current existence. So in the Nirodha Samapatti, in the before as a preparation for the Nirodha Samapatti, the Arahanta has to enter into the arūpavacarakusala jhanas. Okay, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and so on. So for then also there is a arūpavacarakusala, rupa sanya is there. So that is quotation from the Vibhanga Pali. Ima sanya yo adekando hoti videkando samadekando. So all of these sanya perceptions are overcome. Okay. That's why sanyana ye was samadikama hodo, the Buddha said. So it is sanyana samadikama. Yasamabana aramana samadikama padava eda samabadiyo. So these samabadis are attainable by overcoming object. Na eka samayiwa aramani padhamma jhana dini viya. So unlike arūpavacarakusala jhana, arūpavacarakusala first jhana and so on. So in the arūpavacarakusala jhana, as I explained you before, so the same object we can take for the attainment of the father jhana. Tasama ayan aramana dekama wasina bi atta wanana kata. Okay, therefore the meaning, okay, the meaning is given as a overcoming object. Okay. So here, so that is one point, rupa sanyana samadikama. So in brief, we can understand. So as a meditator who practice for the attainment of arūpāvacarakusala jhana, he should overcome arūpavacarakusala jhana, arūpavacarakusala sanya, and also arūpavacarakusala object, okay, object of rupa jhana. Then another requirement is patika sanyanan atthangama. So here you may read patika din chekhadinam vatunam rupadinam aramanananja patighadena samuppana sanya patika sanya. So patika sanya is patighadena samuppana sanya patika sanya. Samuppana is, this is also a kind of a samasa. Majje lobby. Okay, majje lobby means a middle. Lobby means elation. So the middle one is elided, or elided, or what? How do you say? Or deleted. Okay. So that they got Majje lobby. Majje lobby Tatiya Taprisa Samasa here. Patigadena, by striking, something happen, sanya happens. Suppose Kusodagana Jiwakaya. So our sensitivities are there. When these sensitivities, five sense sensitivities are what? Striking by the five sense objects. Rupa, Saddha, Gandha, Rasa, Phodava. So because of striking or because of contact between these two things, two rupas, Chaku, Pasada, and then visible object. So there arise what? A kind of Patika Sanya. So the sanya that happens through the through the contact between sense organs and sense organs and sense object, it is a called patika sanya. So suppose we see something, maybe we see the bottle, drinking water bottle, and then water bottle is visible object. This is also rupa. And also our eye sensitivity, Jakupasada, this is also rupa. When these two come into contact, then so there arise a kind of a cross perception. Okay. So because of striking these two rupas, okay, these two rupas they strike each other, and then because of striking there arises sanya. So that kind of sanya is called patika sanya, rupa to rupa. So that patika sanya. So with the cessation of a gross object, here refers to the perceptions that arise on account of contact. Okay, on account of contact between five sense bases and five sense objects. Okay. So because of seeing something, they arise a kind of sanya. So because of hearing, so rupa sanya, saddha sanya, khanda sanya, rasa sanya, and the phodabha sanya. These sanyas are called what? Patika sanya. Though these, so they are how many? So regarding the patika sanya, commentator quoted from the Vibhanga Pali again. Tata Gadama patika sanya, ya rupa saddha khanda rasa phodabha. These are called patika sanya. Dhammasaṅgaṇī kusala vibhākanam pañcana akusala vibhākanam pañcananti sabaso dhasanambi patika sanyana atthengama. There are 10 kinds of patika sanya. Okay, 5 patika sanya for the what? Kusala vibhaka. Okay, and then 5 patika sanya for the akusala vibhaka. So when we study Abhidhamma Piṭaka, there mentioned that among the 18 Ayaduka Jeta, so there are 2 types of Ayaduka Vipaka. One type is Akusala Vipaka, 7. The another is Ayaduka Kusala Vipaka, 8. So in each group there contains what? 1 Jaku Pasada, okay, Akusala Vipaka, Jaku Pasada, Jaku Viññāna. So these 10 jeta, altogether we got Dvipanja Viññāna. Okay. So these 10 jetas are called said to be what? Patika sanya. Atthangama. Bahana. Atthangama means cease to exist. Bahana, abundant. Asamobhada, not arising. Abhavodengadawa. So without letting then happen. Okay, without letting then happen. So there arises some some question. Kamanjita. Abhidhamma samabana sabina sandi. So here I write it. Though these perceptions do not appear, even for one who attains the Rupa jhanas. So for example, if you attain the Rupa jhana, your object is a kasina only. Okay, your object is a kasina. You are not paying attention a visible object, Rupa, Saddha, Gandha, Rasa, Bodhava, and so on. So that's why. So in the Rupa, for one who attain the Rupa jhana also, this gross perception does not happen. This gross perception do not happen. So why the Buddha purposely mentioned here? The first explanation is what? Here it is emphatically, even though Rupa, this Patika Sanya does not happen in the Rupa jhana as well as Arupa jhana. So it is nothing special, but the Buddha just to add it, or what? Here mentioned what? Like Osaha Jananatham, for those in order to encourage the student meditators, as well as in order to praise the jhana, Agasana Jayatana jhana. That's why it is added again. So that is a very, very simple. So again, Atawa here means another. So if we want to add one more reason or another alternative reason, then we usually use Atawa. So Atawa, Kinjabi Darubhajaran Samapanasa Nasandi. It is true that this gross perception does not happen to even to the Rubhajaraja, even to a meditator who attains the Rubhajana. Athakho, but na bahinada nasandi. Okay, na bahinada nasandi. So this absence is not because of abandonment. Okay, not because of the abandonment, through the meditation. Okay, here, where on top of that reason, though the absence of the gross perception in those who have attained the Rupajara jhana is not because of the abandoned, not because of meditation practice does not abandon about what this gross perception. So then what it perform? But because Rupavajara jhana takes a kasina object, okay? Because Rupavajara jhana take not the Rupa, Saddha, Gandha, Rasa, Bodhava, rather it takes a kasina object, okay? So because of taking different object, that's why this Patika Sanya does not happen to the Rupa Vajara, to one who attains the Rupa Jhana. And also, Rupa Vajara meditation does not lead to the detachment to the Rupa. Okay? Since it is not abandoned through the meditation, so Rupa is not abandoned through the meditation, then there may arise attachment to the Rupa. Why? Because for the attainment of a Rupa jhana is connected to the Rupa. So without Rupa, okay, without Rupa, Rupa jhana cannot be attained. It's not attainable. It is connected with the Rupa. So that's why, so if the absence of the Rupa jhana, absence of the Patika Sanya in the Rupa jhana is not because of the abandonment, but because of the being different, because of taking different objects. So, but here, this arūpāvacarakusalaṃ meditation, arūpa meditation is for the detachment of the rupa. Okay, so rupa meditation is for the rupa vajara jhana to rise. But the arūpāvacarakusalaṃ meditation is for the detachment. Its special purpose is to feel disgusted, to have a detachment to the rupa. Therefore, it is mentioned as what? Paṭika saññānaṃ atthaṅgamā here. So, not in the Rūpavajara jhana. So when we have when we study Rūpavajara jhana, there we don't find Paṭika saññānaṃ atthaṅgamā. But here only we can see, because Rupa jhana don't abandon Rupa saññā. Paṭika saññā, only Arūpa jhana abandon the Paṭika saññā. Here gross perception is a disturbance to the Rupa jhana. Okay, gross perception. Like Rupa saññā, Satta saññā, Khanda rasa, Purava. They are disturbance to the Rupa jhana. That's why the Buddha said in the sound is a disturbance. So in the meditation centers they write, please be quiet, right? So sound is a disturbance. So it is the Buddha said there, for the attainment of the Rūpavajara jhana, or for those who have attained the Rupa jhana. So Rupa saññā can be what a kind of disturbance. But with the attainment of the Arūpa jhana, these gross perceptions are so abundant through the meditation. So the special purpose of this meditation, Arūpa meditation, is to abandon the gross perceptions. So that's why Arūpa is said to be Ananja, okay, impadavibo, unshakable. So commentator here take an example of what? Example of the Alara Kalama. So Alaro Kalamo Arūpa Samapano Panjamadani Sakata Sadani Nesaya Adikandani Newa Adasa Nabana Sada Asosi in the Diganikaya Mabri Nivana Soda. They are mentioned. So even though Ban Alara Kalama, so while he was sitting with the meditation, Arūpa meditation, he attained the Arūpa jhana, and then nearby him there are 500 cars pass nearby him. So he don't see, and also he don't even heard the sound of the ox, the sound of the cars. So 500, not the one cart, but the 500 cars are there. So why? Because of the Arūpa jhana. So Arūpa jhana, if you have attained the Arūpa jhana, sound doesn't matter. Okay, gross perceptions will not be dangerous to your attainment. So resistant power is very high at that time. So that is about the Paṭika saññā. So in brief, Paṭika saññā is Rupa Satta Khanda Rasa Purava saññā. So that Paṭika saññā can be obtained, guys, based on the Kusala Vipaka 5, Akusala Vipaka 5. So, and also it means 10 Dvipanja Viññāna does not happen. 10 Dvipanja Viññāna Chetas. Dvipanja Viññāna, 10 Panja Viññāna Chetas does not arise. So that is mentioned through the Paṭika saññāna atthaṅgamā. And then Nanatta saññāna amanasikara. Manasikara, paying no attention. Paying no attention to the different saññās. Sanyas are different natures. Okay, we take different natures, various nature, kusala nature, akusala nature. Okay, kusala sanya, akusala sanya, kiriya sanya, and so on. So they happen in the different objects. That's why they are called nanada sanya. Nanade gojere pawadana sanya nanada sanya. Okay, nanada sanya is nanade pawadana sanya nanada sanya. Here also a kind of maji lobby tapurisa samasa. Nanade, it is a satami tapurisa. Maji lobby, the wapawada is elided. So in the different object, the perception arises. So that perception is called nanada sanya. Or nanadana wa sanyanam. So here in this Pali explanation, you can understand there are two explanations. So that two explanation we can recognize by seeing the word va. Okay, va means another, or alternatively. So nanade pawadana sanya nanada sanya. And also you can simply say nanadana sanyana nanada sanyana. So nanada and sanya are the same. So this is a kind of kamandariya samasa. So this explanation is a combination of two explanation in one sentence. So yasamahi eda data gadama nanada sanya. So in the Vibhanga Pali also quotation from the Vibhanga Pali. Asama banasa, one who has not yet attained any jhana. Okay, asama banasa means the one who is not one who does not enter into any jhana because he is not yet attained. Mano dhatu samengesa wa mano vinyana dhatu samengesa wa sanya. Okay. Mano dhatu, we know that there are three kinds of mano dhatu. Panchadara vajana and two sampadechana. Okay, here giving Panchadara vajana jeta and two sampadechana jeta, they are called mano dhatu. So and also mano vinyana dhatu samengesa wa sanya. Mano vinyana dhatu is many kind, right? The remaining 76 chetas. Okay, 76 chetas. They are called mano vinyana dhatu. Except 10 Dvipanja vinyana and 3 mano dhatu. They are called mano vinyana dhatu. But here we cannot take all of them. Mano vinyana dhatu samengesa. Samengi means the one who possesses. Okay, one who has. So in our mind, if a Panchadara Vajana arise, with the Panchadara Vajana also we may take object. Okay, and also there may arise some perception may arise. And also Mano Vinyana Dhatu. With the Mano Vinyana Dhatu Jeta, for example, Agusala, two Agusala Jeta, a Loba Mula Jeta, two Dosa Mula, two Moa Mula, they may also take some kind of object, some kind of perception. So that kind of perceptions are called what? Nanada Sanya. Various types of perceptions. Ewan Vivange Vibhajitwa Voda Ida Deveda. Asama Banasa Mano Dhatu Mano Vinyana Dhatu Sangahita Sanya Rupa Sadhati Vedi Nanade Nana Sabawi Gochari Pawadani. So these Mano Dhatu Sanya and Mano Vinyana Dhatu Sanya, they take a different object of a different nature. So therefore, Atha Kamau Jara Kusala Sanya, Dwadasa Akusala Sanya, so 8 Mahakusala. So perception that we may perceive something through the 8 Mahakusala Jeta. Or we may perceive something through the 12 Akusala Jeta. We may perceive something through the remaining kusala vipaka citta. And also we may perceive something with the remaining akusala vipaka citta. Also with the kamavajara kiriya citta. So altogether 44. Okay, 44 sanya. 44 sanya. So 44 here based on the what? Based on the citta. So sanya may be more than that. Sanya perception may be more many kinds. But if we count based on the citta, so 12 akusala citta, 8 makusala, and then kamajara vipaka, remaining kamajara vipaka citta and kamajara kiriya citta, then there will be 44. Nana sabhava anyamanya asatisa, they are different towards one another. Okay, they are different towards one another. Therefore, they are called nanada sanya. So in brief, nanada sanya refer to 44 sanya that arise basing on the 44 cittas. Remaining 44 kamajara cittas. Okay, 44 kamajara cittas. So patika sanya refers to what? Patika sanya refers to dendri panja vijnana citta, or the sanya perception that arise basing on the dendri panja vijnana citta. And then rupa sanyanan samadhikama, rupa sanya base refers to what? Rūpāvacara citta, 15 rūpāvacara citta. So in brief, we can say for the attainment of arūpajhānā, akasana jayana jhana, we have to what? Atthangama. So we have to overcome 50 rūpāvacara citta. And also we have to totally. And then nanada sanya. For the nanada sanya, we cannot abandon as a meditator or the arūpajhānā. But what we can do is amanasikara. We pay no attention. Okay, we have to pay no attention to these sanyas, akusala sanya or kusala sanya or kamajara kiriya sanya, and so the remaining kamajara cittas. So in brief, we can simply say that 54 kamajara citta and 15 rūpāvacara cittas should not be there. Or even if some of them they are there, we should not pay attention to them. So only the arūpāvacara citta will arise. And then here sankhepada. Okay. Where? Tasam sabaso nanada sanyana amanasikara. So commentator explain again. Amanasikara means anavajana, asamanahara, apajhāvacarakusalaṃ. So following was a explanation for the preceding words. Okay, amanasikara means anavajana. So anavajana means what? Asamanahara. Asamanahara means apajhāvacarakusalaṃ. So without reflecting, without bringing into them without adverting, anavajana, without adverting. Avajana means adverting, right? We advert the object to the mental stream or to the mind or whatever fight or and so on. Anavajana. So amanasikara means that even though we may encounter, we don't advert to the five sense door as well as even to the mind door. It means we don't switch the channel. So if you watch the TV, then there are many channels are there. So sometimes you switch the channel on and off. So anavajana, amanasikara means you stop switching on the switching the channels. Abhajavakana, you don't reflect. Yasamada navajati, namanasikaroti, nabhajavakati. Tasamadi voda hoti. So, and then you are clear about this. So the following explanations. Following explanations are just what a briefing, just like a briefing, the previous explanations. So, what time is it now? Oh, 9:30 already. So, I think today we cover three important things. That is, Rūpāsanyāna, Rūpāsanyāna, Samadhigama, Paṭika Sanyana, Adhangama, and then Nanada Sanyana, Amnasikara. These are three important things for the attainment of arūpajhānā. Whoever want to attain arūpajhānā, these are what compulsory. We should not pay attention to the kamavajara perceptions. Okay, different types of kamavajara perceptions, and also gross perception should be ceased to exist, and also rupa sanya should be overcome. Okay, only then akasanajayana will be akasanajayana jhana will be attained, and also in another way we can say, with the attainment of akasanajayana jhana, these things will happen. Okay, overcoming of the rupa sanya, cessation of the paṭika sanya, paying no attention to the nanada sanya will happen with the attainment of the arupa, first akasanajayana jhana. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sayadaw, so when will be our next class?
Buddha Sasanam Jiran Daitatu. Buddha Sasanam Jiran Daitatu. Buddha Sasanam Jiran Daitatu. Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you so much. Sayadaw.
Okay.